set?
You're all set.
Okay. All right, I am Mayor Meg Grenier, and as it is 6 o'clock, I will call this meeting to order. For anyone outside the village staff who is attending this video conference, I would ask if you would please identify yourselves.
Eric Johnson with Jason.
Bill Nevins.
Mike and Susan McKay.
Okay, I think that's all. All right, I will now do roll call of village staff. Deputy Mayor Eileen Nickel.
Present.
Trustee Seth Harris.
Present.
Trustee Brian Marsh. Did he say present?
Brian?
Brian frozen.
I think it's frozen.
He might be frozen.
Oh, well. All right. We know he's there because there's his face. Trustee Diane Foley.
Present.
Clerk Don Hanrahan.
Present.
Village Attorney Steve Rafus.
Present.
Police Chief Frank Lacoste.
Present.
Detective Sergeant Ryan St. Gelace. On behalf of the village board, I would ask all residents that we please keep our first responders, all essential workers, and those affected by this pandemic in our thoughts and prayers. Pursuant to Governor Cuomo's Executive Order number 202.1, issued on March 13th, 2020, suspending Article 7 of the Public Officers Law to the extent necessary to permit any public body to meet and take such actions authorized by law that allowed the public to not be physically present at the meeting, but allow the public to listen to or view such meetings via teleconference call or video conference while recording and later transcribing of the meeting. Village of Menands Board of Trustees semi-monthly meeting is being held via Google Meets video conference to protect public safety and welfare during this COVID-19 pandemic. In an effort to conduct this meeting effectively, we ask those in attendance to please mute your microphones during the meeting. As we are conducting only essential business during tonight's meeting, there will be no public comment. Any comments previously submitted to Clerk Hanrahan prior to the meeting and deemed essential will be read into the record. We need a motion to accept the August 3rd, 2020 board meeting minutes.
I move to approve the board meeting minutes from August 3rd, 2020.
Second, this is Diane.
All in favor?
Hi.
Opposed?
Can you hear me, Meg?
I can hear you now.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
Thanks. Don, you want to read the payments?
Warrant number 6, general, $127,916.53. Water, $12,435.19. Sewer, $3,019.50, totaling $143,371.50. $1,344 for park improvement. Payroll number 6, $94,096.95.
So move this, Brian.
Second, Eileen.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
The treasurer requests permission to transfer $21,400 from the equipment savings account to the fire department equipment miscellaneous to pay for the mobile radios as part of the bond that was issued last year. We have just received the invoice.
So moved, Brian.
Second, Eileen.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
We got a call, or we got a letter from the New York State Archives. They were getting rid of MU1 for our record retention, and it's going to be called LGS1 for local government records. They're combining everything into one set of records instead of having it all divided out. So I need a motion to approve that we go with the LGS1 and pursuant to Article 57A of the Arts and Cultural Affairs Law.
Don, so they would hold on to our records. Can you just tell us a little bit more about that?
There's a schedule that I have to follow for record retention, and what it is it tells me if like the warrants and any of the payables or anything like that has to be kept for 3 years. Personnel records have to be kept permanently, but there's certain records that have to be we can get rid of. We have to get rid of every 6 years and stuff like it. Just tells us what the new schedule is. It just
Oh, okay. So we're just following their protocol. We're not actually using
no,
them
this,
as a depository.
no, yes, and but we have to adopt. We have to go from MU1 to LGS1, and it's just a name change, and they changed some of the schedules. They combine the schools, the local governments, fire departments. They're all going to be combined under the same list instead of being separate.
Okay, that's fine. So I move that we follow LGS1. Is that LGS1 for records retention?
Second, this is Diane.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so you all had received a copy of the New York State and Department of Health guidelines as far as protocol for travel during the pandemic for employees.
Mm-hmm.
We followed what the New York State guidelines are, as well as Department of Health, and also in a conversation with the town of Colony. The policy is subject to change pending any changes in the guidelines or policy for the government. But I don't know, it's pretty long, so I don't know if we want to read it or you guys are okay with it.
So moved. Brian?
Second, Eileen.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Good. We were asked to write a letter of support for financing for 35 Broadway. You were all sent a copy of the letter. It's actually in our minutes as well. With Ethan and Steve's help, they helped write the letter to make sure it was not giving away information that wasn't actually factual. Like the original letter kind of made it sound like all their approvals were already in place, but they changed the wording. And again, this is to just give them a letter of support for their financing. So if anyone doesn't have any objections, we will send that out to them tomorrow. They were asking for it by Wednesday. And Eric, I don't know if you had any comments on it, but.
I did not read it, but my one comment would be, does it speak to the pilot at all in any way? Because I know we're still waiting for some information. So I was just curious if it spoke to the pilot in any fashion.
This particular letter does not say anything about the pilot.
Excellent.
It was just to get their financing.
Okay.
But that is a question that we've been going back and forth with today, is they are requesting a pilot through the town of Colony. That we don't have a vote in it, but we have a say in it. So we're still working on, what exactly we're willing to do, or the town is willing to do for them via the pilot program. I didn't get the answers today like I was hoping to get, so we could talk about it tonight. But I don't know. We'll have to discuss it at some point because I'm not sure exactly what the town's plan is going to be. Anything else on your end, Eric, on that?
No, nope. That was it. Just want to make sure we weren't committing ourselves to anything on the pilot. That's all.
All right. Did you
You want
get?
a motion?
Yeah.
So moved. Brian?
Second, Eileen.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, Don, I'll forward you the email that was the request for that, so you know where to send the letter that I left on your desk.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Number 7 was already resolved. So, that was the person requesting partial payments, but we'd already resolved that, and the resident has already been told about that. So we were having a discussion earlier about our next board meeting is on Tuesday, September 8th, due to the Monday holiday. That also ended up being a court night with a little mix up with the scheduling, but during a discussion with Frank and Don, we're going to hold it in the or in the hall. And that way, that's the night that the interns are going to be presenting. At least that's what I thought you said before.
Yeah.
So Don will set things up on the big screen so that we can see them virtually, so that they can do their presentations. And then it won't conflict with the court, although Frank believes they probably will be done by then anyway. And if they're not, then he'll take care of, keeping people out of that room for us or whatever the case might be. So our next meeting will be Tuesday, September 8th in the hall, unless the governor extends the order again. He seems to be doing it on a month-to-month basis. So if he does it again, we'll be meeting just like we are tonight. But if not, it'll be an in-person meeting at the Village Hall on September 8th at 6 o'clock.
Sounds good.
All right. Don, do you have anything else?
I just need one other person to sign the vouchers. So if someone's available tomorrow, just to come in the morning to sign those. And just let everybody know, I'm going to be off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm going to be going away, so I won't be in town just for those 4 days.
Okay. Eric, you got anything?
All set here. Thank you.
Okay. Who else? Any board members?
I think if after anyone else goes, I think our interns have a little update too.
Oh, good.
I was just curious, what's the status of the quiet zone?
I can give a quick update, Mayor, if you'd like. So again, the quiet zone is contingent upon finishing this year's paving project, which was paving several streets and also doing some striping and signage at each of the railroad crossings. We are in the finishing touches of that project, working on punch list items. There's a few outstanding items that need to be resolved by the contractor. Once those resolved, we need to have an inspection by the federal regulatory or the Federal Railroad Administration, and then we'll be able to put the policy in place. And so there's some resolutions, some public hearing timeframes. So it won't be immediate once they give us their sign off in the field, but there are a few procedural things that will need to happen. So I still think we're probably sometime this fall coming into place.
We have to have another public hearing on this?
Sorry, Meg?
We have to have another public hearing on this? I mean, we did that before.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly. I thought there was some period that the federal government had to ask for comments potentially. I'll have to refresh myself on that part of it. I'm not. It's been a while, obviously. I thought there was one more round that they might need to do, but I'll check on that and get back to you.
Hey, Eric,
Thank you.
Yes.
are you talking about the signs for the railroad tracks and the crossings and the noise?
Yes, sir.
My guys are bringing it to the attention that the signs are, the way they're placed, you can't see the second sign because the first one covers the first sign.
That is correct. The contractor installed the signs incorrectly. So these are some of the punch list items that I was talking about on our design drawings and the construction drawings. They're mounted on the same sign posts so that they're both visible. The way they installed them, I don't know why they did this way, but they installed them back to back, as you note. And so that's something they need to resolve before we can have the inspection done.
Okay, I just wanted to let you know. I didn't know if you're aware of that.
Yep. Thank you.
All right. Seth or Brian, you want to get your interns to give their updates?
Sorry,
ahead.
go ahead, Brian.
Is that what you said?
My interns are not doing an update tonight. I didn't plan on anything with them tonight.
Okay.
And I'll turn it over to Rebecca and Megan to do their updates.
Okay.
Yeah, I can go first. So in the past 2 weeks, I've finished up my research and I'm now working on compiling it into a formal report and working on the statistical tests and analyses that are necessary. So I'm specifically looking at shared services, use of money and property, fire departments, and village historians. And I actually spoke with on Friday the Village of Colonies fire chief, and he was interested in potentially implementing a similar research program or something along the lines to get somebody to do some form of best practices research. So that was a very interesting conversation. But yeah, finishing up the analysis part and then working on putting it into a report.
Great. Thank you.
And yeah, mine has been pretty similar, just summarizing up all my best practices from conversations that I've had with officials in other villages and compiling them into the report. I've continued looking into some grant funding, some opportunities and strategies for economic development. I've continued looking at water and sewer rates, housing data, picking out key statistics from that and putting them into some helpful and easy to read charts. But yeah, looking forward to presenting all of those findings to you guys in a couple of weeks.
All right. Thank you.
And we're very much looking forward to your presentation as well. It should be fantastic from what I've seen so far.
All right, good. And then Seth, you can set them up for the video if we end up being in person, so you can get them together for virtual.
Yes, I'll work with Don in figuring out exactly what we need in terms of software. If we can just link the Google Meet to the big TV in there, and if there's anything that we need in like in case of interactive questions, like and that's why we'll see, like if we just have our laptops open, that way if we have questions we can ask. But that's something I can work with Don and anyone else that knows what they're doing for that, because that'll certainly that'll be a test of our abilities, but I think it'll go very well.
Okay. And that you weren't planning on having them come down in person, right? Because
right. Oh, yeah, no, no. If and they'll be back in Ithaca then. So my hope, as I said, we'll see. If we're virtual, it'll just be like this. If it is in person, we'll be where we are. We'll be in the hall. We'll have the TV on, and they will be at their computers that will hopefully be linked into Google Meet, and hopefully our computers can just interact with them that way. Actually, that should be fine if all 5 of us and Don have our computers.
Okay, good.
So we'll see. And we'll be in touch with them. I'll let them know if the governor does extend his executive order. I'll certainly be in touch with everyone. But Don and I will work together on that. Sound good, Don?
Works for me.
Good.
Okay. Just one thing I wanted to note that was on Facebook, that Officer John Murphy recently completed 25 years of service with the Menands Police Department. Just want to say thank you to Officer Murphy for his years of dedication to our village. If anybody doesn't have anything else, we need a motion to go into executive session.
For a personnel matter?
Yes, thank you.
Yep. I move to enter executive session for a personnel matter.
Second, this is Diane.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Renee, hold tight, and I'll let you know when we're back in regular session.
Okay, I'll be here. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks.
I'm trying to stop it.
What's that? Oh, yeah.
Who is, do we know who this person is on the phone there?